Welcome to the weekly analysis by www.tradingkamai.com. This is for the week 12th September 2011. So let's start with the first thing, what's happening globally and how is it affecting the Indian stock market or the Indian equity market. The first big event was Mr. Obama's speech, and clearly, the speech, did not motivate the investors. So you can see clearly, there was a 300 points downfall in US market, and the European market also echoed the same sentiments. Now, adding to the global bad news, Indian inflation is also on a higher side, and to save this, probably RBI may increase the interest rates, which can again send a bad signal for the Indian GDP as well as the Indian equity market. So in case, if everything is well and RBI does not increase the rates, definitely this will push up the sentiments in the Indian equity market. We will see more FIs inflows coming into the Indian equities. So RBI thing is the next big thing to watch. So mark your calendars. On 16th September, RBI is going to announce the policies. Now, from the FIs perspective, in the whole month of September, FIs have done net buying of approximately more than 2,000 crores. This is till 8th September, which you can see on the screen. Now, this is a good sign, as compared to the previous month, where there was continuous selling. So let's talk about, how Nifty will behave this week. Now, before we start, how Nifty will behave this week, let's talk about the predictions what we did for the Nifty last week. Last week, we had clearly mentioned that buy Nifty about 5030, and our first target was 5125 and the second was 5170. And you can clearly see from the graph, that it touched 5170 and is currently at 5052. So now the big question, what do we expect this week? So on the screen, we can see the Fibonacci retracement graph. Now, by looking at the charts, we can clearly see there are two support levels. First one is 4999, which is at 38.2% retracement, and the second one is 4946, which is 50% retracement. Now, if Nifty has to move above 5174 and it has to reach 5300, 5300, which is 127.2% retracement, then Nifty should not break those levels, that is 4999 and 4946. Now let's talk about the downside of Nifty. If Nifty breaks those support levels, we can see Nifty can reach to 4892, which is 61.8% retracement. Now let's talk about stock specifics. We have found good buy happening in HUL, despite negative sentiments in the market on Friday. Now there is one good saying which goes in the market that you can manipulate price, but you cannot manipulate volumes, leaving the penny stock aside. HUL has a large equity base and has a very good Nifty weightage. So volumes cannot be manipulated for stocks like HUL. You can see from the charts, HUL price is increasing with volume for last 4 days. So the first important point why we picked HUL is, the volumes are increasing for past 4 days, and with the volumes also the price is increasing. Now the second strong point, which compelled us to pick HUL is the strong ADX. You can see how ADX for 14 days and as well as for 10 days is rising continuously. And the other important point to note is that the plus DI. So you can see over here, this green sign, which is your plus DI, and this red sign is your minus DI. So the plus DI is much higher than the minus DI, which again tells that this strong is really in a good momentum and it's strong. ADX tells us how strong is the trend of the stock, and clearly from the charts we can conclude that ADX is very strong for HUL. So now that we are convinced that HUL is a good stock, so when to buy and when to exit. Now definitely as a trader, you never ever trade without targets and without stop losses, and especially in these kind of momentum stocks, always buy above resistance and always keep your strict stop loss. Now from the charts you can clearly see the resistance is currently at 338. So we must buy this stock above 339 level with a strict stop loss below 330. Always keep stop loss 1 point below the actual stop loss. And definitely now regarding profit booking, we can book profit near its recent high, which is 348. So you can see clearly on the figure, the stop loss should be 330, the resistance is at 338, and the profit booking can take place at 348. So we hope that you have enjoyed the analysis which we have done on Nifty as well as stock specific analysis. In case you are interested in our services, we take trainings, we give calls, do call us on this number, that is 9920115511, or else you can always mail us at kpg23in@hotmail.com. So I hope that this coming week is again good for all of us, and I hope that whatever we have said in this video will be true. Thank you very much.